Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. My name is Melissa. This is Empowered Gems Tarot, and in today's reading, we're going to be looking into what's next for you in career over the next 3 months. So, this is a timeless pick a card reading. It can be channeling any 3 month ahead energy that is relevant to you. So, whether you're watching the reading the day that I post it, or you find the reading 6 months from now, just know it's going to give you a 3 month forecast from the time that you are in viewing it today. So we'll kind of just take a look at the energies, events, situations unfolding for you over the next 3 months in career as that energy stands today. Remember, though, that this is a general collective reading on YouTube, so messages will vary in how specifically they're going to resonate or come to fruition with each individual viewer out there. So as a best practice, if you're viewing this reading and something that I'm saying feels confusing to you, or it doesn't feel like it fits your situation as you know it to be, just take that as a sign that it's just not your message today. Release it, let it go. Respect that the messages are for someone else out there in the collective that chose the same reading as you. If you guys did want to book a personal reading, the link to my website is in the description box down below. I do offer a career and professional life service on my website, but personal readings are a little bit better way to get a more specific and accurate read on your own personal energy if these generals are just not hitting it for you. All right, so with all of that being said, now let's go ahead and select your reading. We have a choice between 3 today. If you're drawn to reading number 1, we're going to be working with this Fire Quartz Heart and the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. If you're drawn to reading number 2, we're going to be working with the Treasure Trove Tarot and this Honey Calcite. And if you're drawn to reading number 3, we'll be working with the Everyday Witch Tarot and this Labradorite Heart. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your career energy and what's next for you, what it is that you need to know the next 3 months. Go ahead and select the crystal or deck that you feel the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your chosen reading. See you there. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. So today we're looking into the next 3 months in your career. You guys selected the Fire Quartz Heart and the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot, and so we are going to go ahead and jump in and see what is up for you. So I'm going to just start off with looking at the overall energies, which for you guys we have the energy of Gemini, and then we also have Envy. Interesting. Okay. So this is like meant to signify the overall energy the next 3 months in your career, sort of like the key themes that are weaving through here, and I'm getting a couple of different messages. So for some of you guys, I feel like what you're currently doing just doesn't feel super satisfying to you right now. There's this energy of you probably already having a lot of prosperity and abundance in your career, but there's sort of like this energy of longing that I'm getting for something more prosperous, something that you don't currently have in your possession. And so with Gemini energy coming up, excuse me, I feel like a lot of you guys could be kind of exploring or networking the next few months just to see if there is something else that you can do that you feel would be more prosperous and abundant for you. Now, we have to be careful with this, you guys, because envy is sometimes, especially if it's like envy toward others, this can be a really tough energy to be sitting in because it almost like blocks your own blessings from coming to you. So just keep in mind that if you guys are admiring somebody else or envious of something, a trait, a job, a skill that somebody else has, what you really need to be focusing on the next few months is turning that inward toward yourself and saying, okay, what can I be grateful for? Like, what abundance do I have? What skills and talents do I have that are unique to me, that are special and that create abundance for me? Because the more we project that envy onto other people, the more is going to be attracted to them in a positive way, and the less we're going to be able to attract to us because we're sitting in this kind of negative energy. Okay. Now, for some of you, the other message that I'm getting here is that maybe the theme of envy is coming up. Like, you might find yourselves being envied by others. Or, like maybe you're very prosperous and abundant or talented in some way. And with Gemini, I feel like there are a lot of people around you that could be looking at you and kind of wanting what you have. But let's see. Let's kind of get into the energy. If any of those themes kind of resonate with what you've been experiencing right now, I think that's an indicator that this is your message. It just kind of feels like you guys are wanting more. Gemini energy is communication. It's intellectual stimulation. It's exploring. It's doing more than one thing, right? So it's like I feel there is a little bit of this restless energy that you guys have where maybe you're longing for more because what you're currently doing isn't that intellectually stimulating to you or giving you enough variety in your workday. All right, so let's take a look. Group 1. So the next 3 months in career, what's happening? Oh, hold the phone. Too many. So we're going to kind of channel month 1, month 2, month 3, but just know it's a general reading and it could play out slightly less cleanly for each of you out there, okay? All right, we have ending. You may leave a position or be terminated. However, there's always a new opportunity ahead. You may change careers entirely. So there's something coming to a close here for you. Month 1. What about month 2, please, Spirit? We have beginning. Yes. Okay. I love this, you guys. It's like there's something ending that's leading you to a new beginning here. Month 3. Perspective. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have passage. Your current situation is a means to an end. You're making the uncertain voyage to a new world. Enjoy the discoveries as you go. So it definitely feels like there's a change that you guys are going to be moving through the next few months, right? It feels like there's an ending that's leading to a new beginning. This talks about starting a new job, a whole new career. You have creative ideas that get you noticed, and you can build a nest egg for the future. So endings leading to beginnings. And we have this message of perspective. This is about changing the way that you choose to look at something, your belief system. You could see everything in a new light, which can help you get where you want to be. And so I think this really ties back to this energy of envy, especially if some of you guys have been feeling that emotion, right? There's no shame in it. We are human. We all, feel different types of emotion at different points in our lives and in our careers, right? And I think especially in career, it can be hard when you see like other people kind of getting certain things that you want, or there are certain skills or traits that come really easily to them that you're like, ugh, why can't I do it that way myself, But I think that that's where this perspective shift comes into play, where it's like you already have something that is of value to you, right? And so it's about being grateful and for what you do have versus what you don't have, and making the most of it, right? So instead of sitting in the negativity, it's like making the most of where you are. Again, changing the way you think about it could lead to new opportunities for you. All right, so let's clarify, please, Spirit. What is coming up next for career the next few months for group 1? Clarifying this ending. Okay. Ooh, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Clarifying beginnings. Month 2. Justice. Ooh, okay. And then clarifying perspective, month 3. The Knight of Wands. That card is so scary. All right. And then we've got the 8 of Pentacles here at the bottom. I love it. Definitely we have hard work. We've got paying attention to details, right? So it's interesting, right? Because we have the Edgar Allan Poe tarot. He's a writer. You guys have Gemini energy, which is connected to the 3rd house in astrology, which can talk about writing, written expression, verbal expression. I see him writing here, right? So maybe what you guys are moving into involves writing or communications, something where you're going to be working very diligently here. Maybe research or education being involved with this book, this library sitting behind him. But yeah, definitely headed into this next upcoming month, group 1, there's a change, there's a shift coming with the Wheel of Fortune, right? And this has like the scarab beetle on it. And so when I think of a scarab beetle, I think of something positive. I think of like Aladdin, right? Where it kind of unlocked the Cave of Wonders, right? And what I also noticed from here, from this Wheel of Fortune, is we've got the compass here as well. And it almost looks like, I think, is that Cancer or Pisces? I should know. I think it's Cancer. Yeah, it's Cancer energy. So, okay, a couple messages here with that. I kind of feel like the first month that we're tapping into, it's like you guys might have a little more clarity about what direction you want to go in. With that compass leading north, like there's something about like understanding what really drives you or what your goal is, what is your North Star, something changing, something being offered to you with the Wheel of Fortune, whether it's like an external change that kind of swoops you in to a new path. Or something more internal where you're like, okay, now I know where I want to go. Now I know what my goal is here. It's pointing upward to Cancer as well. And so Cancer is connected to home and family. It's the 4th house in astrology, right? So there could be something about your home, your family, your living situation, maybe even things like work-life balance, feeling nurtured or doing work that's more nurturing that could be significant here. But it feels like you're letting go of one thing here because you're now sort of being either energetically or like the universe is pushing you into sort of your North Star path, or there's some sort of intrinsic change within you that is leading you to a new path. And I do think whatever it is something that will provide maybe a little bit better balance for your personal life as well, or it's going to impact your personal life a little bit differently. I feel like you guys are going to be committing to something. Month 2, we have, this energy of new beginnings, starting something new. Justice energy is commitments, it's accountability, it's contracts. Maybe some of you guys are signing a contract. Maybe there's signing a lease involved or something with buying a home. But when it comes to the work, there's something here that you're committing to in an official capacity. Take a look at this. She's sitting here. She's got these 2 dudes next to her. She looks a little worried, actually, signing a contract. I wonder if there is something that you guys might be a little nervous about or a little concerned about as it pertains to this. But the energy feels exciting, right? It's an exciting new beginning here that you're committing to. And again, maybe it involves you signing a new contract for work. Then we move into month 3 with the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands does talk about something that's like provides us energy, right? The Knight of Wands in career, it's high energy, it's fast movement, it's passion, it's charisma, it's excitement. It could be travel. It could be a lot of different things. But I'm noticing here this orangutan, how he's like destroying this room that he's in. And I kind of wonder if maybe part of like whatever work you're going to be moving into or whatever new path that you're moving into, it could be something where like you're required to sort of tear something down in order to build something back up again. And so maybe when you're going into it, you're like, why do we have to do it this way? Right? It just seems so messy, or maybe something about it feels a little disorganized or chaotic. But again, shifting your perspective is allowing you to get where you want to be. I think that you guys are a very detail-oriented, like very diligent worker. That's what the 8 of Pentacles talks about. It's about really refining your craft. It's about working really hard and getting better at what you do through paying attention to the details. And so this could be part of the reason why you're brought into whatever the messy energy is, right? Like you're coming in to be able to like help clean it up. But I think with this Knight of Wands, it's actually something that could bring some passion and excitement for you as well. So let's keep on moving. Group 1. Get a few more cards and then we'll take a look at some advice for you as well. So what else, Spirit, can you tell us about the next 3 months in Group 1's career? I also feel, maybe for some, not all, but I was noticing that this guy is in like, he appears to be in like a military outfit. So I'm wondering if that is connected to something. Military or something where like a uniform or formalities are involved. Justice is the law as well. Maybe it's law enforcement for some of you. All right, so what else, Spirit? The legal field. All right, we have distant horizons. Beautiful. Yeah, it's kind of like I think you guys are sort of landing on what you want your long-term goal to be. Maybe for some of you, this requires a move. Distant horizons would be like cross country or overseas, somewhere that's going to be farther away from where you currently are. But this could also just be simply talking about, getting alignment with your long-term career goals and making progress or being put into circumstances that allow you to move toward those a little bit more seamlessly. What else, please, Spirit? We've got poverty coming through here. Okay. And then we have child as well. Interesting, with great fortune here at the bottom. So I feel like you are blessed with this Wheel of Fortune. I know there are some tougher energies that are showing here, but I do think you guys are blessed. I do think that this is going to be a period, an undertone of like positive energy being circulating you through your career. And you stand out with the main female here. Like you're standing out in a good way. I think there's just something you guys might feel a little worried about when it comes to this justice energy. Because like, as I was saying, she looks a little worried, right? So there's something here with poverty where maybe you guys are worried about like money, or you're worried about, the work or being compensated fairly, right? This card, it's child labor, right? So it could be something about like not being paid fairly for the hard work that you do. That could be part of it. Maybe it's salary negotiations and things like that. Others of you with children coming up twice, I do think this could be connected to maybe working with children potentially. It could be something in the legal field again, or externals like social services, things like that. This can also just be talking about your mindset, right? Like poverty can be a mindset too, like a mindset of lack, which also comes up with this envy energy, right? This energy is very much about sitting in lack, but you guys are actually really, really abundant. You have a lot of prosperous energy supporting you the next few months. So there could just be, again, a need to shift your mindset a little bit. And maybe this comes from childhood programming as well. But the child also kind of talks about new beginnings too. It's new beginnings, maybe giving birth to a new idea. I almost feel like you guys are coming into something that's newish, right? That's newish, newly created. And it's maybe a little chaotic and messy, but it's exciting. And you're getting the opportunity to nurture and fix and kind of clean it up. So it looks really positive to me, Group 1. We're going to close this out with just a couple messages of advice for you to see kind of what Spirit wants to leave you with. And we're going to work with the Cozy Witch Tarot for this one. The other thing too is like at the beginning of your reading with this Cancer energy, home and family, maybe something to do with your children is connected to this too. Maybe some of you guys have kids and you need to make sure that you're able to adequately support your kids financially, physically, right? Like if you have to move, that could be like maybe difficult for your kids. Just something you have to think about. Okay. Advice for Group 1. Ooh. Okay, hold the phone. A little chaotic. Okay. Advice for Group 1, please, Spirit. Okay, so we have two that are coming out. We've got the King of Wands. This says, shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. So this is about you stepping into your leadership energy, getting out of this envy, getting out of the shadows and coming forth and showing people your inner light, your inner passion, your leadership. We have the Knight of Wands here. The King is a step up from the Knight, right? So you guys might be required to kind of come in and be inspiration, be a motivator, get people going. We also have the Two of Pentacles. When life gets chaotic, find a way to get grounded and balanced. So yeah, I do think there's going to be a lot of swift change, especially with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands. This feels like a fast-paced energy. And there could be, for some of you guys, this energy of like juggling competing priorities. There could be something financial here as well, where it's like you've got to kind of balance resources, put some things into this account, pay this bill, pull some things out of that account, right? That can kind of come up with the Two of Pentacles. But if it's not financial, it probably just is like you having a lot of competing priorities to balance, especially with this Knight of Wands. So Spirit is saying make sure that you find a way to stay balanced and grounded so that you don't let the tasks consume you. And we also have this Ace of Cups, right? So I feel like whatever you're moving into, this is an opportunity for you guys to feel emotionally connected to the work that you do. It definitely feels like a period where positive things are coming through, okay? So this is what I see, group 1. Comment below. Let me know what's been happening for you in your career. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to this honey calcite and the treasure trove tarot, this will be your reading, and we are going to be looking into the energy of your career over the course of the next 3 months. So let's jump in and start with your overall energies. So we start with conjunction. Okay. And we have all tied up. Okay, so this is kind of like the core theme the next few months. All right, so I feel like a lot of what you guys are going to be experiencing in your career is going to be connected to other people the next couple months. So some of you guys, you might be in a situation where you're feeling a little stuck. I do feel for some of you it probably does have to do with someone else or other people, like something about the energy might not be mixing together. Maybe you feel like your hands are tied, whereas for others of you, it could be about like, how do I build alliances to get myself unstuck, right? It could, or maybe it's a little bit of both. We're going to see as the energy plays out. But with a conjunction, right, this is like when two planets sort of like conjunct together. They come together and those energies become blended. And I think depending on what the conjunction is, this can be like a really harmonious energy, but it could also be a difficult energy, you know? So I think there are probably a couple different ways this could be playing out for some of you. But that's kind of the core theme the next few months. So let's kind of take a look at month to month, how this is playing out for you, group 2. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to have to muster up the courage and the willpower to sort of push through whatever it is, because with being all tied up, it does feel like there's something that's a bit restricting for you. It could literally be restricting, or it could be mental, like it's in your head. But let's see. So what's next in career sphere the next 3 months for group 2? We have honest work. Month 2. We have education. Okay, and we have rewards. Nice. And then we do have passage here. So this says, your current situation is a means to an end. You're making the uncertain voyage to a new world. Enjoy the discoveries as you go. So I kind of feel like there's a story playing out here where like the first month that I'm tapping into, it feels like you guys are working hard and probably doing a job that's like maybe not necessarily the most glam. Like I don't think you guys are working in an office or anything like that. Like this sort of has to do with getting your hands dirty. Or doing something that is kind of helping you grind out to get experience. It's like a stepping stone on your path. Like in this card, it's like a bartender, right? It doesn't literally have to be that for all of you, but the point is like whatever the primary focus is this month, it's like it's a job that is maybe not necessarily where you want to be ultimately, but it's helping you earn money, or maybe it's helping you to get some experience that you want to be able to move into the next thing. And there could be something about beneficial partnerships that are a part of this too. Like this could be a place where you need to network or build alliances, things like that. We also have education. So maybe some of you guys are focusing on school, month 2. This is about taking a class or doing research to find a better position, or you might find yourself writing a book or teaching others. So there's a couple of different themes there. But I could definitely see a scenario for a lot of my group 2 viewers where it's like maybe you're in college, right? And you're just kind of working a part-time job or working an internship, doing something to get experience while you're finishing out your degree and things like that. But rounding out the month, we have rewards. So this says you're cashing in on all the good work you've done. Raises, bonuses, and prosperity are coming in. Keep going and keep growing. So let's just kind of see how this plays out with you guys the next few months. Okay, so the next few months, clarifying energies, please, Spirit. We have the Ten of Wands. Oh, man. Okay, we'll touch on that. Three of Swords. Okay. And the Nine of Cups. All right, with the Page of Pentacles at the bottom. So yeah, the Page of Pentacles does talk about being a student, being an intern, and also just talk about like communication, right? And planning when it comes to work matters. But what I kind of feel, it's interesting because I don't see other people here, but I see why this is coming up for you, especially with month one, you guys. I think you guys are kind of coming into this next 3-month cycle feeling a bit overworked with this Ten of Wands. Like this is an energy of I'm burnt out. I'm exhausted, right? And maybe some of you guys are doing work that's either very physically demanding or emotionally taxing. Spirit is very clearly saying that like you need to ask for help. Like now, this month one, I think is definitely a time where you would be best advised to build connections that can be supportive of you, that so you can kind of delegate. That's what this card talks about. You know, there's no shame in hard work. Like we all work hard. We're all going to go through our Ten of Wands energy. But does it have to be as difficult as how it feels right now? That's the question that I would ask yourself as you're coming into this reading. I think that Spirit is very clearly saying you're exhausting yourself. You're keeping yourself stuck because you're taking on too much. And it's time to build connections with others and delegate some of this workload out. Like really thinking about, what do I have to do? And why am I the one doing it? Who could benefit from this delegation, right? Like I benefit because it lightens my load, but maybe somebody else can take on a piece of work that is more appropriate for them and their growth and their skill set, right? Like you don't have to do it all. Now, this is interesting because we have the Three of Swords coming up in month 2. So I do feel like there's something here that feels maybe a little bit disappointing here. And it's connected to education. So maybe there's something about school that doesn't work out, or something about a class that doesn't work out, or if those of you that are like educators or teachers, like instructors in some regard, like maybe there's something here that feels a little bit painful, or just it doesn't go the way that you want it to go. But it's interesting because then the next month I do see things getting better for you, right? Like there's some sort of like dream fulfillment or wish fulfillment that you're getting with this Nine of Cups. Like you're definitely getting something that you want monetarily and maybe even emotionally at the end of this 3-month cycle. The Nine of Cups also talks about a dream job. So maybe it's like you're kind of just grinding it out these next couple months, enduring a lot of pain, but then the right opportunity comes through for you at the end of this cycle in month 3. So let's keep going, group 2, and let's just kind of see what clarifying messages we can get on this. What else does group 2 need to know about the next 3 months in their career, please, Spirit? We have the Lovers. Yeah. So maybe for some of you, there is something connected to like a romantic partner at work. I heard business. Maybe some of you guys have a business with like a romantic partner and you're kind of intertwined in that way, but maybe there's a need to kind of like rebalance workload and responsibilities here. We also have the official person. So there could be something about that. Like maybe there's something really formal. This can also talk about like law enforcement or military stuff, like kind of stricter, more rigid work environments. But this also kind of ties back to what we were talking about with beneficial partnerships, right? The Lovers doesn't always have to be romantic. This could be saying like, okay, like you have a decision that you're being faced with here in the first month of this cycle, which is like, am I going to keep doing everything by myself, or am I going to make the choice with the Lovers to start delegating some of this to others so that I can get some help? The Lovers can also simply just talk about alignment. Like, am I really aligned, heart, soul, and spirit with this work that I'm doing? Maybe that's a question you guys are asking yourself here. Let's see. We have toil and labor. Yeah, so you guys, it's like a lot of hard work, I see. And I think that's what's causing a lot of this pain. Maybe you guys are kind of pushing yourselves in this second month to get an education or to go back to school or to take a class, right? Because you're just exhausted. Toil and labor is when we're doing really difficult work, not work that we enjoy, that brings us emotional fulfillment. It's like hard work, manual labor, or something that's just very mentally and emotionally taxing on us. So it's almost like I'm feeling you're reaching a level of burnout or distress that's like pushing you to sort of reevaluate your circumstances here, group 2. Let's get one more. And then we have marriage. Interesting. There's lots of stuff coming up about partners and relationships here. So it feels like there's something here in the 3rd month where with marriage, maybe there's a commitment, a contract, a business partner, maybe it is a marital partner for some of you. And it feels like in this 3rd month, you're earning money together or you're getting something that you want. I feel like the money piece in particular is probably going to be really good because that's what this rewards card talked about. And we see it here a little bit with the 9 of Cups. But it definitely feels like you're getting something you want. And there's multiple cards here that are pointing to like a partner being really significant to the next 3 months. So I don't know, guys. It just seems like you're kind of facing some decisions here about what you're doing. I do see a period in this 3-month cycle where things are going to feel really draining, really difficult. It's a lot of hard work. Maybe something happens where things aren't going the way you want them to go. There's something about research, education, and teaching that you're going to be leaning into as well. But it feels like things kind of rebalance themselves out in the 3rd month here for you. Like you're getting some sort of reward that you want, and maybe it's also interesting because we go from lovers to marriage. So it makes me wonder if like this is sort of a metaphor for the progression of how things commit with this situation, because marriage talks about like a contract. So this could literally be a marital partner or spouse that you guys are working with, but it could also be like deciding on the right business partner, the lovers alliance. Like maybe you're deciding here who's the right partner for me so that I can delegate this work. And then you commit to somebody by the 3rd month. Okay. So let's see, group 2. Let's see. What advice does Spirit have for you about your career the next couple months? Advice for group 2, please, Spirit. About their career. We have justice. Stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. So stay truthful and also stay accountable, group 2. Like justice talks about holding ourselves accountable and doing the right thing, and speaking the truth and being honorable to our commitments. So I think that is significant. Stay honest in expression and honest in behavior. Hold yourself accountable. Okay, one more, please, Spirit. Justice also can talk of commitments too and contracts, right? It could be something about like, what are you committing to? Because I feel like you guys are just really exhausted and like burnt out and it's like not working. Like it's not sustainable here. Especially here, it's like you're not having fun. Even though there's like this educational opportunity, whether you're the educator or you're getting an education, it's like I almost feel like you guys can't even enjoy that because you're so like overwhelmed, So I think there's something about like what are you committing to and how are you honoring those commitments? Maybe something needs to come off of your plate, right? Okay, one more. And then we have the 8 of Cups. If your life feels stale, explore some new scenery. Interesting. And then at the bottom, it says, just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean it'll be effortless. And this makes a lot of sense with the Page of Wands because this is like a very excited, but not the most consistent and stable energy. So maybe like whatever this is that you guys are doing, it's very exciting for you. It's something that's aligned with your passion, but there's also a lot of hard work that's involved in it. And maybe part of like this next 3-month journey for you is like, you're really in the weeds of the hard work. Right? And you're realizing like, oh, this isn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. But it's like you're pushing through and you're getting to the rewards. You're getting something you want at the end of this cycle, which is good. I also, though, just kind of feel with this Eight of Cups, there is something here about your career or maybe your personal life for some of you where like you're not fully satisfied. So it might be an opportunity for you to explore something new in this 3-month cycle as well, right? Like exploring new options, maybe also learning to like walk away from something for a period of time to reassess, especially if something's not working for you or if it's not feeling fulfilling to you. The Eight of Cups can be about a journey of personal, just personal like self exploration, understanding ourselves better. And sometimes we have to distance ourselves from something before we can kind of have that clarity on what is going to bring us fulfillment. Okay. So it looks like a really interesting 3-month period for you, group 2. Comment below. Let me know what's been happening for you in your career and how this reading resonates with you. And I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey, group 3, welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to this Labradorite heart and the Everyday Witch Tarot, this is going to be your message. We're going to be looking into what's ahead for you in career the next 3 months. So let's go ahead and start by looking at the overall energies of this 3-month cycle. And so for you guys, we have the South Node, which says past. And we also have the Yin Yang energy coming through. Okay. So I think that the next couple months for you guys, it's going to be sort of bringing up some themes around active versus passive, or being versus doing, okay? That's kind of what this talks about. It's sort of striking that balance between going after something or just kind of embodying something, right? Like, am I sitting in just who I am? Am I sitting in more of a passive sort of intrinsic place? Or am I out there actively doing and pursuing something? It's connected here to the South Node, right? So the South Node has to do with sort of the area in our birth chart where we kind of come into this lifetime with gifts, things that come very naturally to us, things that are easier for us. But it can also talk about, our comfort zones, right? Like maybe there's something coming up for you about a comfort zone, a default behavior that you are typically leaning into that is kind of coming up for you the next couple months. Some of you guys could also be just very literally going back to a job from the past or revisiting something from the past during this cycle as well. So let's keep going and let's just kind of see what else more specifically is coming through for you and how this is going to play out potentially the next 3 months. Okay, Spirit. So let us know for group 3. How is this going to play out the next few months? All right, so we have month 1, wish come true. Okay, group, let's see, month 2. We have new life. That is beautiful. And let's take a look at month 3. Ooh, we have rewards. I love it. Okay. Ooh, and then we have education. Awesome. Okay. So this is beautiful. We're going to see what the tarot says as well to get some clarity on these energies. But what I kind of feel unfolding for you guys the next few months is like, I think that you're getting something that you wanted. Month 1, it's happening right away. Your wish is being granted, but it may not come in the way you expected. No worries. It's just what you need. So you're getting something that you need. Something is coming to fruition for you, and it might look like maybe a little bit different than what you thought, but it's still something beneficial. And this is very clearly leading you to a new life. You might get a fresh start or be called to bring a new perspective to your old job. You may also get a tempting job offer or a new place. So this wish come true is leading to something new. This could be connected to education or a class or maybe teaching for some of you guys. But we're rounding it out here with rewards. This says you're cashing in on all the good work you've done. Raises, bonuses, and prosperity are coming in. Keep going and keep growing, which is super, super exciting. I feel excited in this energy, you guys. So we're going to kind of see, I'm curious to see kind of how this South Node yin yang energy plays out for you, because I kind of feel part of me feels like the South Node, it's like kind of you, it's like whatever you have brought in from the past, from your past experience, or maybe from a prior role that's kind of helping you to go where you're going. But it could, again, like this card talks about, be about you going back to something from the past and adding a new and fresh perspective to it. And I feel like with the yin yang, this is about embodiment. Like I don't really feel a lot of active pursuit energy. It feels like you're just getting something. Like it's just coming to you because of who you are and maybe like the work that you have done. Okay. So I'm excited. Group 3, let's keep going. So what else, Spirit, is happening the next few months in career for group 3? What else do they need to know? Let's take a peek. Okay, so we have the 8 of Wands. Month 2, please, Spirit. Okay, so we've got the 2 of Swords and the 4 of Swords coming out, but I'm going to put them back. I want to just see if we can get one card. What is this new life about, please, Spirit? 4 of Cups. Okay, that's interesting. And month 3. Two of Wands. Okay. And then we do have the 8 of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So maybe it's like you guys are sort of on this journey, right? You're kind of, there's an undertone of being on this journey to find something more fulfilling for work. We also have the Knight of Pentacles here. So yeah, it definitely feels like a stable, steady offer coming your way, or a steady, stable progress that is being made. But it's definitely really interesting because I kind of feel like you guys are like something really quick is coming up here in the first month that we're tapping into. And I do feel there's sort of like both of these energies playing out, because with this 8 of Wands, you can see she's casting spells and she's sort of stirring up this tornado here with her magic. So I think this is kind of metaphorical for like you guys kind of doing the work, laying the groundwork, maybe through communication or whatever it is that you do, creativity, that's sort of generating this wish come true, this wish fulfillment energy. But the tornado is symbolic of clearing something out. It's like destruction. So maybe something happens in the first month that kind of metaphorically destroys something in your life, which allows you to then cleanse the path forward for something new, right? So it kind of makes sense where it's saying like, oh, this isn't maybe in the package that I wanted, but it's just what I need. And I see that coming through here as well with the 4 of Cups, where maybe there's a little bit of like, I don't really want that. I don't really value that. Even though there is a viable opportunity here, like whatever this is, it is allowing you a fresh start if it's something that you guys want to do. Okay. But I kind of think with the 4 of Cups, there's this potential for this to maybe not be quite what you wanted. Or maybe just something about it isn't quite satisfying to you. I just feel like for a lot of you guys that you're bored, right? You're bored, you're dissatisfied, and maybe like I feel like you're trying to generate something at work that's going to make you feel more excited and inspired here. And I definitely see it happening for you in the first month. But then like when we get into the new life energy, it's kind of like this mundane energy of the 4 of Cups again, where it's like, man, I don't know about this. But toward the end of this cycle, there's definitely like Spirit is saying like you're getting something, you know, the rewards, you're reaping the rewards. Good work you've done leads to raises, bonuses, prosperity coming in. But the 2 of Wands kind of tells me that even though the rewards are here, I feel like there is still this indecision, right? About like, what path am I going to take? Am I going to fully commit to this? Maybe for some of you guys, like I wonder if part of like what is not interesting to you could have to do with like the money being offered or something about the job, or maybe there's also something about like where you have to live. Like there could be a lot of different things here. And so there's like this contemplation that I see where it's like we know and we see that there's this opportunity for expansion with whatever this new opportunity is, but maybe you're still kind of feeling a little on the fence about what direction you're going to go, or maybe there's still certain things that are being fleshed out, because the Two of Wands can talk about like when we're brainstorming, we're still figuring something out here. Okay. We're ideating. All right, so what else, Spirit? Can you tell us about the next few months for my group 3 of viewers in their career? Okay, so we do have poverty coming through month 1. We have bad health in month 2. Okay. And then we have great fortune month 3. So don't worry, because things are going to get better. Okay. And I don't really think this is all bad. So this poverty energy is really interesting because I just feel like you guys have a lot of like positive blessings coming to you in the first month of this reading. So I'm wondering if the poverty is more of like a mindset. I wonder if it's more of like this fear of like not being treated fairly, or, you know, this card does depict child labor, right? So it's kind of like being underpaid and overworked, not being treated well, right? So I wonder if there's like a fear around it, or there could be something about feeling left out, or, you know, something happens here in month 1 that does generate excitement and gives you something that you want, but there's still sort of this lack mindset or fear-based energy that is here. Now, heading into the second month with bad health, there's this opportunity for a new fresh start, but maybe there's something about it that feels not quite right to you, because bad health could just signify like, you know, let's think metaphorically, like maybe something about the offer is like, oh, I'm working for an organization that's not the healthiest, or there's like red flags on the horizon. Like it could be something like that. Maybe for some of you, this is about your personal life as well, these 2 cards. Like maybe there's something about your, you know, personal finances or your health, well-being that is also sort of like factoring into why you're feeling the way you're feeling about work. So you could be working through those things the next couple months as well. Maybe feeling like, oh, I can't take that right now because I need to focus on my personal life. Okay. However, great fortune is coming to you in the 3rd month. I do think that you're getting something. You're getting money, you're getting abundance, you're getting an opportunity here that I see starting us off in month 1 that is leading you to being able to expand in a really positive way. So it's not fully perfect, right? There's going to be some ups and downs, but ultimately I see you guys coming out on top in the end with this period of good fortune. Okay. So, group 3, let's see what advice Spirit has for you. So, Spirit, what advice do you have for my group 3 viewers as it pertains to their career the next few months? Advice for group 3, please, Spirit. Strength. It takes great strength to be soft. So maybe softening is significant, but maybe it's also about courage, right? Courage is something that could be needed the next few months. And then we also have Knight of Cups. Romanticize the present moment every chance you get. So I think Spirit just wants you guys to kind of enjoy the moment. Maybe not take things so seriously, right? Because it feels like you're coming into a phase where things are flowing to you. You're getting opportunities. You've got blessings coming your way in career. But that Knight of Cups is like Spirit wanting you to live in the moment, not worry so much about the future, and, you know, kind of normalize romanticizing the little moments in your life and really appreciating them. We also have the Queen of Pentacles. There's no need to sacrifice. You can have it all. So maybe there's something about this 4 of Cups where you guys feel like I'm going to have to give something up if I go in this direction. And Spirit is just reminding you that you can have everything. Like you can have it all. You don't have to give something up in order to move forward on this path. Okay. So this is what I see, group 3. Comment below. Let me know a little bit about what's been happening in your career and how this reading resonates for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next reading soon. Bye.